Hello guys, and welcome back to my Codemasters F1 Career Challenge for the second race. Things did not work out well for us at our home race in Australia, where we finished dead last. So hopefully we're going to have a much better time around at the Malaysian Grand Prix. And let's just have a look at our paddock press we've got in our inbox. Australia offers nothing for Peachy. Daniel Peachy seemed confident at the start of the race in Melbourne, yet continuous errors prevented any real challenge being mounted and resulted a pointless end for Peachy. Oh, a little bit harsh, but I guess it's the truth. So let's strive on from that horrible home race. Right, so here we go. We've got another email here. More paddock press. Peachy demands improvement. Daniel Peachy has indicated that Torro Rosso's form must improve quickly. The Torro Rosso driver did concede that even with a turn in fortune, victories may be few and far between this season. You know, I feel like I did not say that. That's my manager putting out all the press there to make the team lift their game. Honestly, all the mistakes in the last race were mostly all mine, except for the one where I got rear-ended. So the weekend again, like the others, I'm not spending too much time with practices. I'm doing the one practice session on Saturday, and Malaysia turned up with the weather this weekend, so it's wet, and just trying to get used to the track, you know, in the wet weather. It was a little bit tricky. But yeah, if I thought it was tricky at the start, it got a lot worse through practice. So, my first lap, I said I was quite a few seconds behind my teammate, so we really needed to set another one. On the second one, we were still behind, so a couple little changes to make, and just trying to find the right places to brake on the corners and get through. But yeah, tricky practice session, and looks like we're going to have a tricky weekend in store. And it wouldn't be a wet practice session without any offs. But we finished the practice session in 10th position, so we still finished ahead of our teammate in the end there. We managed to put in some okay laps. And that was practice. So let's get into some qualifying. Now, again, I did have pretty good pace in Australia, so hoping the car behaves well, I behave well, we can put in some decent laps. Depending on the weather, though. And just as I say that, that's the preview for Q1. And Q1, it was one of those sessions where we had to keep pushing. Every time I'd set a lap, the track would seem to dry out a little bit as I, brake way too late there, and so yeah, coming around for the end of our first lap, we actually sort of drifted way off the track. I don't know what I was doing there. In La La Lands. Which really put us on the back foot with only 10 seconds left of Q1. We're actually in 15th position.
Great performance.
That managed to jump me up to 14th. So I figured I'd do another lap just in case, because I did not want to get caught out not doing this last lap here, because if someone else is on their final lap and managed to beat my time, that would be the end of me and I'd be out. But it looks like that wasn't the case. And we crossed the line with a time of 1:43.526, so that is actually good enough for 5th position. Pretty good. So yeah, the guys that are out are Fisichella, Heidfeld, Sudal, Nakajima and PK. Q2, weather dried out for us a bit. So those storms eased off, and yeah, I felt like we could have a much better run in Q2. As we're just coming around now and having a look at my first lap, or the end of my first lap here. Don't overshoot it this time. Yeah. And looking good to beat Button's time there. But unfortunately, yeah, as I was watching the time dwindle away, I was only 9th fastest. By the time we went out to do another flying lap, we were 10th. So, just like Q1, right on the edge. So yeah, having to push right to the end of these qualifying sessions, which is pretty good. In a lot of the other F1 games, sometimes I really only go out once in the session if I feel like I've set good enough time. But I'm actually getting pushed here. And when you start pushing, you start making more mistakes sometimes. So, very interesting. But I seem to get it pretty together on this last lap here. And just as I say that, again, sort of messed up the braking there. But this game, F1 2009, it's so hard on the controllers. I'm not lying. It's I mean, normally in the other F1 games I use a wheel, or at least the later ones. So going back to controller itself is quite difficult. Yeah. The Wii version, you know, it's just, they didn't have they had good intentions. But anyway, we finished 5th. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm 144.362. And again, we beat our teammate and we're into Q3. So let's get into Q3. Track is fully dry now. Sun gods have come out. Cranked it up to 1,000 degrees, which will probably get to Malaysia. 0% chance of rain, so that's very interesting. Let's get out and do our final qualifying session. And I guess the team would be happy with that because, you know, Torro Rosso not always expected to get into the final qualifying sessions. They are very well a midfield team and not a front-running team. So definitely, I feel, outperforming the car, at least in single lap speed. I've really got to put together some good races, I think. And it is weird, like the controls do change quite a lot between dry weather and wet weather, which is to be expected, but it is definitely still noticeable even in this game. Now, the interesting thing for me about starting around now, doing this career challenge, is honestly the timeline frame for me personally would probably line up if it was if I was realistically going to be in Formula 1. So back in 2009, at the start of the season, I would have been 21. So it's not too realistic that by the end of, say, 2018, this year, that I'd be hanging it up around 31 years old. So, well, wow, you never know. Lewis Hamilton's still 35. You've got Fernando going on. What's he, 38? Kimi going on, 39. As long as they still got it, man. But we come around for our first Q3 lap, and we actually set a 144.70. I actually qualified 3rd in dry weather in the Torro Rosso. Well behind Mark Webber though. We're still way over a second and a half behind pole position. Sebastian Vettel in 2nd, Lewis Hamilton in 4th, Trulli in 5th, Barrichello 6th, Alonso 7th, Rosberg 8th, Massa 9th, Kovalainen 10th. And yeah, we've set ourselves up for an interesting race. So let's get into the 2009 Formula 1 Malaysian Grand Prix. And what weather do we have in store? We've had it all. We have overcast. So anything could happen in this race. We have a prediction of 90% chance of rain, so, well, we know it's happening in the race. Different strategies are going to play out within this, but let's get on and let's hope we get a much better start in Australia. 5 red lights and away we go. Initial reaction is nowhere, it's still way off the pace there as Lewis Hamilton flies past us. We've got Barrichello on the inside there, and we overshoot the corner and we lose that position there, but we've got to just tuck in nicely. Oh, we give him a little love tap there at the back, but fortunately no damage to him. We've got Kovalainen right on our tail there as the top 4 are breaking away. And yeah, basically important to try and keep it together here. I don't seem to have that much grip. Again, not so much different than everyone else. But just a bit of a shame starting in that second row and already losing 2 positions. We're only halfway through the lap. We've got cars all closing in right behind us. And those Red Bulls, they're way off in front. So they're on their own race there. But we can try and catch this Braun and McLaren, which we seem to be doing an okay job there. We just got to watch. I've just got a caution from the stewards too. Fair enough, but I honestly did slip. But yeah, so just try and keep it cool, because at the end of the day, I do just want to finish the race. Don't want to throw it all away just yet, at least at lap 1 anyway. As we go on the outside, we pass Barrichello. Can we get past Hamilton? No. Oh, and we definitely can't get past Barrichello too. He's taken it to Whoa, what a move from Barrichello. 2 in 1, overtaking me and Lewis Hamilton. He's off, man. He's off into the distance as we head around for our second lap. As you can hear, you might be able to hear my team guy there. He's telling me to pit. I should have pitted on lap 1. But I'm not pitting on lap 1. We need to get some sort of momentum going. It was just a bit too early. My fuel light's flashing. But we definitely got enough to at least finish this lap. But yeah, I do think the race strategy was to initially finish and pit on lap 1. But as you can see, there was just too much going on there. I did not want to pit yet. And yeah, it's a bit the same at the moment. We're just trying to chase down Hamilton. We seem to have a decent gap between Kovalainen though, so in between the 2 McLarens at the moment. We get a good run on the outside of Lewis there. We just got to keep it together on this corner, which I seem to struggle on quite a lot. As long as we don't go off the track, we'll be okay. Another corner there, I've just sort of missed that apex completely. And Lewis got us back on the back straight here. But we'll come into pit, and this could be what I'm going to say the most wonkiest and weirdest pit stop I've ever been in. He was going super slow and I overtook him there and then just got rear-ended. So, no penalty to me, but I did get rear damage as we're getting a water warning there. So this pit stop's going to be quite long because I'm getting repair damage as well as fuel and new tyres. So where we come out here will be very interesting. A lot of the field did not stop this lap, so we're still going to make up a few places at next lap. We need to put in a good lap now. The rain's coming down. Jenson Button is come out in front of us, so yeah, we definitely lost quite a few places in that pit stop. I've crossed the pit line there. But I don't seem to get penalised for that either, so thankfully didn't get in anyone's way. That was a bit unsafe from me there. And yeah, basically we've got to try and catch Button here, so don't know what was going on between those two, but we managed to just squeeze on the outside, and then basically Button managed to chase us down. He did not want to give up that spot, and it's been quite interesting. He didn't do too well in Australia too, and as we all know, Button actually won the championship in 2009. I've just had a massive off. and that did not hurt that lap. I really needed to put in a good lap to try and catch all these guys that are pitting. So not only have I had now the super slow pit stop, but I've just had a horrible lap from out of that. As we come past the start finish straight now on the second last lap, who have we passed and where are we going to come out? We've ended up in 12th position, and we're now behind the Ferrari of Raikkonen with the Williams of Nico Rosberg right behind us. This weather's not letting up. I do have fresh tyres, plenty of fuel to get to the end, so it's now trying to be a bit patient and catch these cars ahead. They seem to have bunched up a bit now. 4 cars ahead of us. If we can pass all of these cars, that could get us into the points, and that's what I want. I want to finish in 8th position. As we come back again on the start, finish straight. It looks like we've got Robert Kubica in front of us here. He seems quite slow out of that corner, and we're going to give him a drag. The pole Kubica. He's got the inside line though, but I got there first, and we get that move done. And now basically what I like to call peachy panic sets in as we try to catch these Ferraris. And these are the moments. Last lap, points on the table. Well, you don't want to bin it. What do? I bin it. I've just tapped Kovalainen there. I didn't get any damage. We've just got way over eager here coming in, and I've just fully sideswiped in there. No reprimand from the stewards. So I keep going. We're in a nice spot. There's the last spot, and then I do it again. I hit Massa, I bump his wheel. I do get in trouble, but I don't get a penalty. I do have front wing damage though, and it's code red at the moment. Massa's past us again. He takes his spot back, so I don't think he's got any damage. Maybe that's why I got the lean penalty from the stewards. But as we head down to the back straight for the last time, we've now got to keep Kovalainen behind us, and Massa's just off into the distance. So points, so close, yet so far, and it's only my fault again. But that's why we're the rookie, and that's why I do not like F1 2009 that much. But there we go, we finished in 9th place. Just outside the point, so unlucky, but we do beat our teammates, so that's something to cheer about. But Sebastian Vettel gets the first place with Rubens Barrichello and Mark Webber in 3rd. Hamilton, Trulli, Alonso, Button, Massa and Kovalainen also roll out the top 10 with Raikkonen, Kubica, Rosberg, Vlok, Heidfeld, Fisichella, PK, Nakajima. Your finishers and your non-finishers are Bordeaux and Sutil. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune us in for round 3 soon. I should have that up in the next couple of days. And yeah, guys, I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.